1999 Mazda Miata timing belt, water pump. I'll take the spark plugs out of their holes here, take the hose off, taken a lot of the wires, disconnected them from their various sensors over here. Let's get the valve cover gasket off, and then we'll work our way down here. We'll probably loosen up the bolts on the water pump before you loosen the belt. Usually a tight belt helps get those bolts off. Got the wiring harness out of the way. 12mm bolt back here. They're kind of tricky to get to from the back side, but I got them out. Got the valve cover gasket off. 12mm bolts, basically loosening these up. Do have to move this pulley or move the belt around so you can get to the 14mm bolt inside. There's a nut on the back side you need to get to. Got the AC is also 12mm bolts. So got the belts off, belts off. Now we're draining the coolant. Just a Phillips screwdriver on the bottom of the radiator. There's a access hole down there to drain the coolant for doing the water pump. And we'll start taking some of these 10mm bolts off, and looks like 12mm for this. Get some of these hoses off. Took the radiator and fan assembly out. Give me more access down here. Just give an overview. Okay, we got the 4 10mm bolts out. Took the pulley off down there. Pretty much got it lined up real close to top dead center. I'll be putting some markings. On there, but on your left is E on the black cover in the back, and then an I on the back cover on the right. I'll put some marks on there so we do a good job of getting it back together. Get this bottom cover off and see about getting that bottom pulley off. Okay, we're doing the timing belt, but if you do a water pump as well, which you probably should, you need to take off the camshaft pulleys, and this piece has to come out right here too. That black panel comes off, pulleys come off. You can take the hose clamp off here and the hose, and there's just an O-ring in this pipe, and you should get a new O-ring with the new water pump. I got the power steering moved out of the way. It's 14mm bolts. The long bolt that goes through here and then here also. Move that out of the way, that'll help. So once everything's out of the way, you can pull the old one out. This bolt here too, 14mm, get that off. And then clean everything up and reverse procedure to install. Put the new pump on there. If you're torquing it, it's about 16, 18 foot-pounds, not a ton. New O-ring. Now we're just putting it back together. We'll put this piece back on, and we'll put this piece on. We got our belt back on, got the white marks lined up here. Camshafts are torqued to about 40 foot-pounds. Down there we're all lined up, and we'll loosen the tensioner and turn it a couple times to make sure everything lines up, and just put it back together.